Hello and welcome to Hobby Homies. We are your weekly tabletop podcast. I am Shane. As always, I'm hanging out with Fox.
Howdy, friends.
Howdy, indeed. Today, we are talking about 5 Parsecs from Home.
We are. And this is our third installment in our little, it's not a series or anything like that. We're not putting titles on it or anything. We're just doing what we love.
Just doing it.
Before we get into it, though, sorry, I missed that one. I didn't pay that the respect it deserves.
What?
Let's take a moment of silence for your terrible joke.
I didn't make a joke.
Okay. All right. We're doing it.
We're doing it, dude.
This episode is brought to you by our patrons. If you like what we do and want to support us, go check out our Patreon page. You can find it at hobbyhomies.com. There's a little Patreon button. There's a bunch of different tiers and rewards there. Go suss that out. If not, please like our video so that we think that someone likes us. It helps us inflate our egos, and at the end of the day, isn't that what we're all trying to do?
And not only egos, but it helps us inflate our algorithm too. So if you can click that like button and the subscribe button and the bell.
Yeah. Click it all.
Just click everything.
Think of the algorithm as a giant power plant, and we're just pumping as much power in there as we can. Yeah. And hopefully the light will go on for us at some stage.
Yeah, indeed. So for those who don't remember 5 Parsecs or haven't quite caught up to where we are up to, you can go back to Season 3, Episode 26, which is our first sort of look into 5 Parsecs, and you can get our first impressions of the game. And then our first turn in Episode 31 of Season 3.
That was not that long ago.
No, it wasn't. It was only like a month ago, I think. Not long. Yep. So we, as you can tell, pretty keen on the game. So yeah, check out that because we are about to kick it off with our second turn. So Fox, I went first last time. It is only fair for me to go first again. So
thank you, sir.
No,
I would love to. So turn 2. Now I'll just do a quick recap of turn 1. Although we encourage you to go back and listen to it because there's like a lot that happened on both of our individual turns.
They were full on.
They were wild rides. My crew called The Smoke landed on a planet called Lamorna 2, which is like a pretty secretive, really industry-driven planet that they don't like outsiders, so you're not allowed to stay there long. So the rules are you're only supposed to stay there till 3 campaign turns, and then I think if you're lucky, you could extend your stay.
So if they don't like outsiders, like why just not let people come at all? It's like,
I guess they want
like a whole North Korea and just be like, nah, you're not getting in here.
I guess they want some sort of imports. That's what I told myself in my head. They want money coming in, and that's all they want you to do. Come in long enough to deplete your funds, and then leave. Tourism, exactly.
Yeah, 3 weeks is that prime time. You know, everyone's happy. They're spending all their money, and after that, they're just mooching. So
if they stay any longer than that, they're trying to work and figure stuff out. You don't want that. You don't want that on Lamorna too. You don't need that. So we came here because one of the crew members, there's 4 of us. There's Zaven, there's Imba, there's a bot called, he's got a long name, we just call him 4-3. And there's a lass called Rel. The rest they're all humans. You land on Lamorna and you got a massive, I would say, massive city, and the city is just sort of that's kind of the only place you can go because past that you need clearances and checkpoints and stuff like that. So it's a mega city, but that's basically all there is on Lamorna.
And you said the whole planet was it industrialized? Is that right? Like it's just a whole lot of factories and sort of that kind of thing.
Yeah. There's pockets. There's little mining. There's little companies doing some sort of mining. This is all you can see from orbit. Companies are doing minings. There's some big industrial complexes. One of the biggest exporters are a composites company that makes military armor for a huge amount of planets in the facility. So they're
nice.
I forget what that company is called. But it's a sweet little planet. Not many people know why you're not supposed to stay longer, and that sort of tweaks curiosity between people.
Yeah.
But Imba had 3 contacts on this planet who basically said, look, if you come here, we can give you some credits. We can't extend your stay, but we know a few people you could take jobs for, us or other people. And so, they kicked off a mission last time, which ended in a glorious shootout with everyone getting downed, not dying, except for Imba. who managed to make a last stand and clean everyone up. Spoilers. Sorry.
We already warned you to listen back.
Yeah, exactly. If you're still here, this is your fault. And so turn 2 kicks off with us. Well, the planet didn't get invaded, so that's great. And the crew decided, I mean, at this point we could choose to leave, but they were like, well, we've got 2 more patrons with great pay and 2 turns more worth of jobs, basically. So they decided to stay a little longer.
Yeah.
Now, the ship is basically at a little home, still safely tucked away in the docking bay. And it's being an old colony ship, it's basically a transportable home. There's huge quarters and living spaces. And that makes up the majority of the main deck. So there's no like guns or anything on it, really. They kind of just try and zip from planet to planet and hope nothing afoul happens. Now, I actually paid off my ship on this turn from the money I made at the end of last turn.
God damn.
So that's, which I could come to regret later. But I spent every cent I have from turns 1 and 2 on this ship. It is now the property of Captain Zaven Fox.
Nice.
So he gets to add Captain next to his name. So,
well done, dude.
Yeah, thank you. I consider myself to be Zaven in this universe, and I'm now Captain Zaven. And I have a gun to prove it. Because all good captains have guns.
I mean, yeah, but like, do you have a captain's hat, though?
It's being pressed. It's being steam cleaned and pressed as we speak.
All right, dude.
So I think you're doing Parsecs, which is super fun. One of my favorite parts is you assign your crew tasks on any given campaign turn. So Zaven, he went exploring. He wandered a bit beyond the market to a bay of outdoor drinking venues. Okay. Now he hits some beverages, whatever the local alcoholic gruel that they serve.
Okay.
He's smacking those.
It's not hazy IPAs or anything.
I don't think so. No. Okay. This is just a little bit beyond the market, and the market that we can attend is quite a cheap, scrappy kind of area.
Okay.
Imber's in there doing some shopping and trading and whatnot. And so Zaven gets chatting to an alien precursor called Kiyoshi Takanada.
Okay.
Kiyoshi just got off a 5-year contract on an industrial world and spent all their credits discovering new worlds and taxiing across the stars. Now stranded on Lamorna, trying to make ends meet with some criminal hacking here and there.
Nice.
So he's got a timeline. He has to leave very soon. Zaven figures an alien with a criminal record and some light hacking skills and a thirst for discovery will make a good addition to the smoke.
Nice.
And Kiyoshi joins the crew.
Very nice.
So my little crew of 4 went to 5 on turn 2, which was great. I was kind of hoping to play just 4 characters through most of it, but I can always just choose only to take 4 on a mission. So
yeah.
Just for a little while longer, I wanted to keep the turns snappy and whatnot.
Doesn't hurt to have a backup, some people just hanging around in the ship.
Yeah, some NPCs almost just chilling.
Yeah.
Scrubbing the deck.
Yeah.
And like I mentioned, Imber was trading, went and bought himself a new handgun to prepare him for more close quarters combat because that was an issue last time. Although he was a beast, he did have trouble. Like that sniper that he's got is heavy, so he can't move and shoot it.
Oh, wow.
So, you can. Sorry, there's just a -1 penalty.
Kind of thing. Yeah.
So Rel also went exploring and found a scrupulous character and paid them the rest of our credits, which was not much, to get some information from them.
Okay.
From an unknown but apparently reliable source. So
sure.
They handed, Rel seems to come up with all kinds. It happened in turn 1 too. She just sort of came back with like a shatter axe, and we're like, "Where'd you get that?" She's like, "Just don't ask questions, and no one tell you." Yeah,
don't ask questions you don't want to know the answer to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. she's that character for us.
Yeah.
So they handed over 2 separate intercepted transmissions, which didn't make a lot of sense to the crew at that time, but we are hoping to be able to build on that with our last, few weeks on the planet.
Yeah.
4-3 trained, sort of stayed back at the ship holding his post, and trained in the Ambition, which is the name of the ship, the Ambition's makeshift firing range.
Nice, dude.
So he's just out there just potting shots because he actually came with the ship. He's a little bot that sort of has only known the ship and is loyal to the captain of the ship. So that's cool.
Yeah. Didn't we just determine that he actually owns the ship and you're basically just leasing it from him for like a 30-year contract or something?
Potentially. Zaven still put his captain hat on, so
yeah. That's part of the deal. Is 4-3 lets you think you're the captain. It's all about the whole experience. We call it the captain's experience.
4-3 has provided that for us. Yeah, I'm actually just paying him an insane amount of money, an exorbitant amount of money to continue on the facade. As long as he calls me captain, I don't care, man.
That's it.
Whatever you say, captain. He rolls his eyes. He's like Kif from Futurama.
Yeah. Please tell me you wear pants though.
I mean, does
your
the
ship
girdle hold? Yeah, exactly. My ship, my rules.
Yeah.
Right, 4-3. So it came around to that time of the turn where I had to choose my battle. So no rivals ambushed us this week, and like I mentioned, Rel's transmissions provided no useful information to us yet.
Yep.
So no quests. So we decided to take a job from one of our 2 existing patrons. The one that we take is from Sector Composites, which is the military armor distributor that I mentioned before.
Yep.
Now, of course, if anyone asks, they didn't hire us, but they hired us. I'm winking poorly into the camera, but those listening can't hear my winks. Unless Churchy cranks up the volumes 300%.
Don't, please, Churchy. We don't need to hear that. God, there it is.
So we get debriefed a little bit from a person in a jacket down a dark alleyway or however it happened. And we are then transported in an unmarked cargo truck to the mission site.
Yeah.
We're told on the way that this is actually not a retrieval mission, which originally it was suggested it could have been.
Oh, spicy curveball.
A curveball. After we're halfway there, after like 3 hours on the road.
Yeah.
It's actually an assassination.
Is that kind of like when I tell Caitlin like that we're going out for the day and we're actually just going to Guff?
Mm.
Okay.
Cool. After you rock up to Guff.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way.
It's like, this is our destination. Yeah.
Yep. That's exactly it. You know what? I think that was inspiration for this story. So the mission is an assassination, not usually what the smoke would opt to take, but credits are credits.
That's it.
This was a disgruntled ex-employee of Sector Composites staged a coup in one of their power plants. I just needed to justify my sweet plasma generator terrain power plant-esque
of course.
Scenery.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Sorry to break immersion, everyone. So this power plant is actually super important. It provided power to 4 nearby factories from Sector Composites, who have since had to find expensive alternate power sources because this the contact we're here to assassinate destroyed this place. Like,
oh wow,
didn't shut it down, didn't take it ransom. Yeah, absolutely gutted
straight
it.
Up destroyed it.
Yeah,
nice.
So there's no fixing this situation. In fact, after destroying it, they sort of went into hiding. Now the intel says that they've come back here, guarded by a group called the Black Dragon Mercenaries, while they scrap the old generator at the plant for parts. Okay. So we can only assume they destroyed it, left, having achieved their mission, later went, oh, you know what? There's actually some money in the old parts that are there, and now I'm out of a job.
Plenty of scrap metal in there we can recycle. And
Yeah. So after the dust has settled, they've come back and for some reason, they're being guarded by a really elite mercenary gang. So they're obviously now working for someone. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
Sector Composites doesn't care about saving the plant or protecting the assets or even stopping the looting. They just care about sending a message and they want to kill the contact.
Nice.
So it's raining and this old, seemingly abandoned power plant is slick with oil and grime. Perfect. So it's got slippery ground, which means we all move less, basically.
Yeah.
And in my mind, it was harder to see. That didn't play into it, but there's a lot of misses on the early turns of Parsecs, so that kind of made sense to me.
Yeah. Yep.
So it was my crew of 4. Or did I take all 5? I took all 5. So Kiyoshi, who we just met, is on this adventure with us. The poor little alien.
God, doesn't know what they're getting themselves into.
Yeah, he was having a drink, and that minute he's over here taking on the black dragons or whatever they're called.
Surely he just has to like stop and be like, how did I get myself into this situation? All I was having was a quiet cup of gruel.
Zaven has that effect on people.
Yeah. Okay.
So I had to get myself talked into this. Knowing Kiyoshi, though, he was probably like, here you go again, Kiyoshi. Always getting yourself into this kind of trouble.
Yeah.
So the Black Dragon mercs are strong. I was pretty terrified when I rolled up their stats. It was 6 of them and 5 of me. So it's a little bit outnumbered.
Oh, outnumbered. Nice.
They got a lieutenant, a specialist, and 4 goons.
Yeah.
Now, the specialist has a hyper blaster, which I was like, I don't know what that is, and I'll find out when it shoots at me, but I already don't like it. So
doesn't sound fun.
So they've taken this thing in the pouring rain. They've gotten out. They're sort of approaching the more condensed cluster of rusted over plasma generators, and they can hear some dull thuds and clanks, and they sort of think this is where it's at. So,
yeah,
my tabletop battle, turn 1.
Let's go, dude.
Buckle up, buckaroo. Pour yourself hit pause, go grab yourself a beer, and enjoy the slaughter. So the smoke spread out cautiously. 4-3 and the new recruit Kiyoshi take up the left flank. Imber uses his grapple launcher to rappel himself up onto one of the generators overlooking the complex with his sniper rifle, which is great.
Yep.
Rel and Zaven, who often stick together. This is just chance. It's sort of the way it happens. I don't know why. I do it every time. Maybe I'm one-dimensional. We'll find out. They take the right flank. There was like an interesting object or whatever it was called over on the right flank, so I wanted to get that.
Yep.
So Rel and Zaven headed over there, and Kiyoshi and 4-3 on the left flank were actually heading towards the target. So It was a randomly selected enemy, which I just rolled a d6 and went, that one.
Oh, yeah.
So all I have to do is, the mission is just kill that one target, and then still got to end the mission, which has a few different conditions, but that's priority 1. So,
yeah.
So Rel actually has a shot on turn 1. She tries her luck on an enemy that I imagine Imber pointed out from his new vantage point on the generator.
Yeah.
And as is tradition on turn 1, she misses.
Of course. The
enemy responds by advancing. On the right flank, 3 enemies return fire to Rel, 2 of them missing their shots. And the specialist, who wields a hyper blaster, hits some shots into Rel.
Yeah.
Now, if I might break immersion for a moment, the hyper blaster rolls 3 dice, aka 3 shots.
Wow.
Needing 6s from where he's at across the table.
Yeah.
So I was concerned there was a chance he could roll a 6. He hit 2 6s.
Nice.
Now, for those that don't know, once you hit a target in Parsecs, it's very easy to kill them.
Yeah.
All you have to do is roll your dice then higher than their toughness, which is usually 3 or 4, and they're just dead.
Yep. That's it. Straight up dead.
They're just straight up dead. That goes for you killing them and them killing you, unless you've got like saving roll. Yeah.
Murdered. But saving rolls don't seem that common. Like, I haven't come across anything yet. I haven't even seen it in the rulebook. You know?
Yeah. I only saw it because Rel has a screen generator which gives her a 5-up
nice
thingo, which helps a little, but apart from that, I haven't seen it at all either.
No.
So once he hit these 2 shots on her, I'm like, I mean, her toughness is 3, so either one of those dice just needs to be higher than a 3. And they both rolled 1s.
Oh.
So I knew straight away it was going to be that kind of game.
Yeah.
But every time you get hit but not killed, you get stunned per hit. Mm-hmm. So she's now double stunned. Yeah. So that was turn 2. I achieved nothing and they double stunned Rel. Sweet. Sorry, that was turn 1. Sorry. Did I say that? I can't remember.
Turn 1, yeah.
Yeah. So turn 2. The enemy advances again. 2 mercs on the right. Pepper Zaven to no avail. More misses. Specialist in the middle shoots his hyper blaster again at Rel, but this time misses. The target and the lieutenant and the other merc shore up the left-hand flank, and the lieutenant spots Kiyoshi through a gap in 2 generators and takes a shot. it hits an empty barrel behind Kiyoshi, and Kiyoshi's thinking, why the fuck did I sign up for this?
Yeah.
The smoke responds by edging up and taking positions a little closer, exchanging misses with the Black Dragon mercs.
Yeah.
Sorry, while I take a sip of my brain juice.
You need it to.
So the pouring rain is obviously affecting everyone's shots because this is a big old round of misses.
Yeah.
Now, at the end of this, that was turn 2 done. And I found that playing this game, I didn't really notice it in the first one, but some turns can just go bang and be over.
Yeah, I noticed the same sort of thing. It's kind of like, what happened? Nothing happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that was my turn 2. They shimmied up a bit, and then I just went through. I basically went kind of fast rolled the dice for them, and then fast rolled it for my people, and then that's the end of the turn.
Yep.
So I added a bit of spice. I rolled a random battle event at the end of turn 2.
Nice.
Which was called Ammo Faults, which basically resulted in 4-3 no longer being able to use his shotgun.
Oh, okay.
Which sucked, but luckily he still had an infantry laser that he could use.
Yeah, nice.
Turn 3, Zaven moves up that flank on the right, and he can basically taste that mysterious object. But he can also basically taste the 2 mercs that are sitting on top of it.
Yeah.
He pops some shots into the one at the front and stuns him, and then those 2 mercs respond by putting 2 clean shots into Zaven and downing him.
Nice.
He became unresponsive. So, as is tradition, my Captain Zaven is once again the first one to go down.
Yep.
The rest of the Black Dragon mercs each took their remaining shots, missing all of them. Seemingly enraged, Rel shoots the specialist and cleanly removes their head from their shoulders with her needle rifle.
Nice.
But the rest of the smoke don't find any of their shots land true.
Yeah.
So we've traded a specialist with his hyper blaster for Zaven. And honestly, that kind of felt like a win.
Okay, sure.
Zaven's got a dope pistol and a cool blade, but that hyper blaster, man, 3 shots, damage 1. Ugh. Was scary.
It doesn't sound fun.
It wasn't fun. Turn 4. Kiyoshi, the brave soul, quickly moves up onto some barrels and takes a snapshot at the lieutenant, missing. First time nerves, I guess. The mercs respond by advancing on the right flank and try to get in position to attack Rel. She's been in a great spot this whole fight because she's had the clean shot on the specialist but kind of surrounded left and right so no one else can hit her.
Yeah.
So they're kind of forced to rearrange to get in position. And the 3 mercs on the opposite side of the table all just pump shots into 4-3, downing him. So
poor
4-3 is now down. Not great.
So you're 2 down.
Yep.
You have 3 remaining.
I have 3 remaining. That is correct. And they have.
How many of they have?
They got 5. They got
5
left.
Left. God damn. Okay.
And this whole time I'm like, you know what? This isn't great. Not a good situation by any means. But all I have to do is kill the target.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the target was the most difficult person to access because my people all moved 4 inches, dude. And with a -1 inch because of the rain and grime.
Oh, I feel like you're going nowhere.
I did, man. I felt like I was stationary.
I thought a regular move, which 4 seems to be the standard kind of move. I thought that was slow as shit. You know, I couldn't imagine having to move 3.
And I know you can like run, but I want to take shots every turn. Yeah,
and it's only extra it's only up to 6 or I guess for 5 for your mission. Like it's not that much faster. It's only an extra 2 inches per turn.
No, I mean, no, I won't go there. So turn 5.
I wouldn't say no to an extra,
Yeah. So turn 5. Now, I think you told me about this, so I was curious to give it a go. So on turn 5, Rel panic fires her needle rifle into the 2 approaching mercs.
Oh, yeah.
Which is where they empty their ammo,
Empty ammo, yeah.
So I went, in my head, it's basically Rel versus 2 mercs on the right-hand side. And then Kiyoshi and Imba versus 3 mercs on the left-hand side.
Yep.
So I was like, Rel needs to kill these 2. If she can kill one now shooting, Then there's only one shooting back at her. She's got a screen generator. Then she can go brawl. That's what I was hoping would happen.
Yeah.
So she unloads using panic fire. She kills one of them and stuns the other.
Nice.
So it's like that is a great solution.
Hell yeah.
She was acting in the fast phase, so then the enemies went and they stunned Imba and Rel in their turn.
Oh.
And that was it.
Yeah.
I think Imba missed a shot. Kiyoshi was stunned, so he took a shot and removed his stun.
Nice.
And then I went into turn 6, and I was like, "Wow, I didn't know it went this many turns."
Yeah.
So a Merc would have killed Rel had her screen generator not saved the hit.
Oh, nice. Now, can you use that again, or is that gone? Like, is that a one-time use kind of thing?
I think it's a piece of equipment that just stays there. Yeah. So ideally, I'll snag one of those and slap it on everyone.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a permanent thing. Like, can it take 10 shots around? I would assume so, but don't know.
Sounds
now,
good.
Kiyoshi and the lieutenant are engaged in another brawl. They both actually down each other. So they both hit each other and wound each other.
Just trading shots, yep.
Yep. So I've lost now Kiyoshi, which is not great. Their lieutenant's down though, so that's great, I guess. And then the other two mercs on that left-hand side down Imba. And so now they're...
brutal.
Oh, man, it just turned on its head so quick. Like, Zaven went down, sure, but then the specialist went down. I was like, that's okay. Still tit for tat. And then 4-3 went down. I was like, oh, that's not great. And then in one turn, both Kiyoshi and Imba go down. And I was just like, far out, man. That's what were you saying?
I was just going to say, who's left now? You've got one crewman left.
So I've got now Rel with 2 stun markers on her versus 3 Black Dragon mercs and no longer a working rifle because I did the panic shots to try and kill that person.
Yeah.
So she's actually got no equipment. She would just have to brawl with people, but she can't because she's got 2 stun markers on her. And the Black Dragons were just going to be able to keep putting the stun markers on her. Hitting her.
Yeah.
So it was at this point that the outcome was clear to Rel. No amount of heroics would save this battle, and through some miracle, the smoke managed to run away.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
they legged it. Yeah.
They legged it. I wanted to fight to the bitter last, but because a stunned character can't enter brawl, I believe, I was like, well, I can't even. So
no.
To stay here and fight and die would just be silly. I don't know if there's a difference. I'm hoping people that are listening who know a bit more about Parsecs than us could tell us, jump in the Discord.
Yeah, let us know in the comments too. Yeah.
I'm mostly curious what's the difference between having everyone on your team die versus run away, Yeah. Because I wanted to fight to the bitter last, but alas, I ran like a little bit. So
yeah. Did you do the what do they call it? Like a story point. I did it at the end of my first turn. It was like it's time to go or something like that. It's just a thing you can activate any time and you just leave.
Oh, I wonder how that's different from just normally running away. Like,
because don't you have to get to a board edge?
Which is real easy when there was just one of me.
Okay, and I guess you must have been close. You were in the middle of the table, so
correct. Because Rel spent the first few turns tucked behind a thing, taking pot shots. She was She was only. I basically kind of mapped it out and went. It'll take her 2 turns to get there, but they can't physically. She can do it in such a way that she's hidden the whole time. So
nice.
They wouldn't have been able to do anything about it. So
yeah.
So I booked it. It was disappointing. I did love the combat though. It was fast. Effectively there was 7 turns, and it was just stuff happened every turn. Even the misses feel like thematical.
It does. It just feels like that shot just whizzed past their ear, or ricocheted behind them or something like that. Like they are satisfying in a way, even though they're a miss.
It's a little bit more immersive. You finally feel like you're playing a game where you're not the elite super soldiers that that can close their eyes, do a backflip and hit someone in the head from 300 yards. You are. It is pouring rain. There is a lot of noise, and it's cool. I liked it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So it was very easy for me to do my post-battle sequence because there was not much to gain having lost everything. The thing I was most scared about was determining injuries and recovery.
Oh, yeah.
Because Zaven, Kiyoshi, Imba, and 4-3 were all downed.
Oh, and it can be brutal. You can just straight up die.
Yeah, apparently. So Zaven, we'll start with Zaven. Zaven had a minor injury.
Yeah.
Which is 1 turn in the sick bay. So I've never had to deal with sick bay. This is only turn 2. Well, actually, I later found out on turn 1 Zaven was supposed to be in the sick bay. But anyways.
It's fine.
We live, we learn.
Yeah, he's the captain.
Yeah. Maybe that's why he went down so quick in this game, because he was still... He
was internally bleeding. He didn't even know.
Yeah. He didn't actually get shot at all. He just hit the deck.
Yeah.
So he just suffered a minor injury, 1 turn in sick bay. Kiyoshi, welcome to the club. Serious injury, 3 turns in the sick bay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Imba, School of Hard Knocks. Mans gets 1 XP and he's fine.
Nice. Yeah.
And 4-3, the loyal bot that's been with me from the very, very start, all that turn ago, destroyed.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So... poor old 4-3. He didn't even participate in the first turn.
So I feel like I've lost a close friend, to be honest.
Yeah, little old 4-3 just comes with a ship.
I guess the ship's
just a loyal bot. Yeah, there you go, Captain Zaven, homie, Captain Zaven. Yeah, poor 4-3, man. He'll be forever remembered, even though he literally didn't do a single thing, didn't kill anyone. Can
you sell him for scrap parts?
I gave myself one credit for scraps.
Nice. Okay. You've just taken him and just like slumped him onto some like merchant's like front counter. Be like, what are you going to give me for it? The guy's just like, a
tears
credit.
Tears in my eyes. Can you fix him? No way, mate. Well, can I have some money for it?
Can I have some money? He's just giving you a credit just so you leave.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So 4-3 is down. Kiyoshi, I think, will make a great addition to the team when he gets out of sick bay. But I've got Rel and Imba are the only ones that can participate in the next turn. I don't really know how sick bay works yet, so I've got to make a decision. Do I just leave the planet? What do I do? Who knows?
Yeah, because they'll recover like in transit to your next planet, I guess. So
yeah,
that's brutal, man.
Yeah, I really liked the story that I was building with Lamorna, but who knows? Who knows? The crew have a lot to think about while they lick their wounds. We actually gained a bad reputation after failing that mission. So there was 3 patrons in total when we got here. Did a mission for 1 on turn 1. Great, that loved us. Did this mission here, and failed, and so. Our bad reputation means that 3rd patron no longer wants to hire us for their job.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So do I keep saying... I don't know if I keep saying
Patreon.
Yeah. Sorry,
speaking
everyone.
Of Patreon.
Yeah.
If you haven't,
sorry.
Check it out, Patreon.
It's not a deliberate brainwashing, but I'll take it if it works. Patron. I don't even know if I can say the normal word now. Yeah, so we have no patrons on this planet anymore, and we're all just licking our wounds in the sick bay.
They didn't want you there in the first place, dude, let alone now, so it's probably time to skedaddle.
I think so. That's what I'm feeling, but I'll see what I can roll up. We've got some rumors here, so nice. we might see if they develop into anything and allow us to stay longer. The character event that I rolled up was for Rel. She seemed the most deserving of a character event, having survived the combat. So I wanted to give her some sort of progression. And she gained 2 XP for that, which she definitely deserved.
Nice.
She was the only one that did anything in that fight. So
so
that was it. It was an absolute bloodbath. Again, it got to turn 3 and was looking quite balanced like last time, and then everyone just dropped.
Just turned on its head. Yeah.
It does. I think it's because by then everyone's close enough that you're not hitting on 6s anymore, but you're hitting on 5s. So the fact that they outweigh me, like outnumber me, really comes through. So brutal, but exciting because now my crew look different. You know, I've lost 4-3. I've gained Kiyoshi. Everyone's in the sick bay. the world's sort of my oyster. At least I paid for my ship.
Yeah.
Now I just need to. Maybe I'll just dip, man.
Might be the time.
Maybe
You
I'll
can always
come meet
back
up with
though,
you.
maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'll
maybe indeed.
come chill on Lamorna. There's better planets out there. I know it. So that was my turn 2.
Dude.
Had an absolute blast. I freaking love this game. I don't want to give the Discord any more ammunition than they need, but I haven't had this much fun playing solo in a long time. So
nice.
Now, Shane, tell me, how was your turn 2? Because I got a feeling it was hectic.
Oh man, my turn 2. So after turn 1, like I was just hooked on this game. It's incredible the headcanon and the stories that you can come up with just by rolling dice by yourself. You know, the amount of times that I like audibly cheered when something happened or did the old fist, the fist bump.
Yes. It's like you're watching a sports game on mute and the misso is like, what are you excited about?
What are you doing? It's like, I just rolled 2 6s, one after the other.
And my gun has the critical hit special roll.
Exactly. So my crew, still named the Tunnel Snakes.
Good.
I guess they're just going to keep that name, let's be honest.
Yeah.
They remained on their planet, which is Cannon Prime. So Tamsin, my leader, she orders FX, Camden, and Darwin to train at the gun range because after the last mission, they
needed some work.
Yeah. They couldn't hit the side of a barn. Let's be honest.
Actually, they should join the smoke, man.
Yeah, true. Rathi, he heads to the market district and manages to trade for a stock of basic supplies, which is a one-use item that they can use to cover the cost of like ship upkeep for a turn.
Brilliant.
So,
that's cool.
Yeah, I just imagine just a bunch of spare parts and lubricants, probably.
Of course.
Everything a ship needs to keep running.
The tunnel snakes need some lubricants.
Of course they do. So Tamsin explores the city, and she is approached by an unknown figure. Ooh. Again, the old laneway with the trench coat kind of deal. It doesn't end good.
What are you buying? What are you selling?
He offers her a small job. She has to kill a priority target. So what I do from that little event there, I get to select an enemy model at the start of the battle, and if they are killed, I gain an extra 2 credits. So so I just randomly picked. I actually picked the lieutenant of the enemies that I'm fighting. I thought it was thematical. Not just pick some lowly grunt. Like I'll pick the boss man.
Yeah, I picked a lowly grunt and it bit me in the ass. So good move. Because you're drawn to the specialist and the lieutenant. You just want them dead. You feel like they're the threats.
Yeah, of course they are. Yeah,
and then you forget about the one that the whole mission's built around. So,
well, that's only a little side quest. I've got a main mission here as well.
Oh, cool.
So, I chose a Patreon mission. Ended up being the local government of this sort of area in Camden that we are. Cannon Prime. And Camden's a dude. Cannon is the planet.
Okay. I'll confuse them frequently.
Yeah. I confuse them too. So don't worry.
Wait, Cannon is the planet?
Cannon is the planet, yep.
Cool.
And Camden is a guy. So... This local government have hired us. So I get a +2 danger pay. Now, I rolled on the benefits, hazards, and conditions table, but I didn't meet the criteria, so I didn't really get any cool bonuses.
Okay.
That happens. I didn't have any deployment conditions. So unlike the last turn where FX and Camden were late, everyone was on time. So
that's good.
Yeah.
Although I would have liked to see FX's shenanigans this time and the reasons that he was late.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Him and that ATM, they hit it off. Yeah.
He obviously finished his date up early this time.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. I rolled for notable sites, which I rolled at 25, and that gave me documentation. So what I was to do was to place an object 2d6 plus 2 inches from the center of the table. Yeah. And if I collected that, I would gain a quest rumor.
Sweet.
So So rolled that with the scatter die, placed it in a nice sort of spot on the table. We'll put some photos of our tables up. So those on YouTube would have already seen Fox's, and you might be seeing mine almost now. Depends when Churchy wants to put it in there, of course.
5 minutes from now when you're not talking about it. That'd
probably,
be awesome.
Yeah. No, it won't be. My objective for this Patreon quest is move through. So I had to, I win the mission if at least 2 of my crew members move off the opposing battlefield edge, or drive off all opponents with at least 2 crew members remaining.
Okay.
I kind of imagine this as, like I have to try and break through the enemy lines kind of thing.
Yeah.
The enemy, 2d6, pick the highest number, which was a 5 of enemies. So 1 being a specialist and 1 being a lieutenant. I rolled on the category number. I rolled 39, which is hired muscle, and a roll of 33 means I'll be facing off against guild troops.
Oh,
from the Tech Guild. Yeah, which is actually the background of my leader. So I missed that one. I whiffed it completely. I could have had some cool narrative stuff, but that's the last.
It's happening in my head as we speak.
Yeah, good.
He's like, I hate the Tech Guild from all the bad Tech Guild times I had.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go. The story writes itself.
So this Tech Guild they've hired a private army, yes. Okay. So my prelude. So the local government have hired us as the Tech Guild have taken control of the data district. So moving on from last time, we were in the shipping yard. We're now sort of we're basically leaving the shipping yard, and we are up. There's a few buildings around, like there's a conference hall and a couple of little office buildings. There's still a few crates and stuff flying around. But it's getting to be more like an admin sort of area.
Sure.
So the Tech Guild have employed a small but skilled contracted army, well armed and well trained. We have to break through their lines, which is something the local law enforcement has been unable to do.
Plebs.
Yeah, right. There's also been a priority target sighted, a lieutenant referred to as the shepherd, as he's often seen overlooking his squad as if they were flocks of sheep. So to replicate this on the tabletop, my shepherd was he's quite a tall hazmat sort of suit dude, and he's got a bunch of lizard men troopers sort of surrounding him. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool. I thought you were going to be like, to represent this, I have an old farm animals collection of which I deployed 4 sheep.
Sheep, yeah. Love it. If we can kill him, we'll earn a bonus. There are also classified documents that have been left behind during the evacuation. If they can be secured, they may lead to some answers behind the Tech Guild's motives. Turn 1. Okay.
I'm ready.
We could have had the upper hand. Are you ready, Ray?
I'm ready. I'm now ready.
Okay.
Now that I've heard you could have had the upper hand,
it
suggests you didn't. So now I'm ready.
We could have had the upper hand, but Camden kept going about the LAN party he was at the other night. This distraction caused an unseen motion detector to be tripped, losing our initiative.
Bloody Camden, man.
Man. He's covering glitter, then he's going to LAN parties. So I don't know what this guy's doing.
Sometimes I don't know if he's worth having around, if I'm honest with you. He's just a bit of a distraction, dude. Bit of a distraction.
Yes, yeah. Tamsin, the first to react, dashes for cover behind a comms board. The enemy advances, but lucky for us, none of our crew are in sight.
Oh, nice.
Rathi, FX, and Darwin move north towards the thoroughfare, spotting documents required for our secondary objective. Bayard follows Tamsin, and Camden is left hanging around the middle, unsure of which way to go. So I deployed at the bottom sort of left-hand corner if you're looking at the board. A couple of guys have gone straight up north, and the leader and Bayard have gone to the right. So, and that's just left Camden sort of in the middle between the 2 squads.
Just chilling, thinking.
Yeah.
They didn't really like my LAN party story.
No, they did.
They ran from me.
It's like, wait, do you want to hear about the, I don't know, Halo game?
Age of Empires 2? Yeah.
True. Turn 2. So another poor initiative roll here. That seemed to be a common theme. Only getting a couple of guys to activate every time.
Yeah. because you usually have a crew size of, well, yours is 6, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So you roll 6 dice and needing 1s or 2s to get that initiative.
Yep.
It's even tougher when a few of them die and you're rolling like 2 dice. It's brutal. You're like, oh, I guess I'm never going first again.
True. Rathi takes the lead and heads for the documents. FX and Darwin move into position behind a barrier, and Camden moves up along the side of the conference hall. Tamsin and Bayard take point on the other side of the building, and Tamsin fires at the first grunt she sees. So she's armed with a infantry laser, and she fired against one of the opponents that came down, and he'd sort of hopped over a couple of cables, like a small barrier. So she tries to light him up, but he ducks out of the path from the high-powered beam.
Nice. Clever little scrappy lizard.
Yeah. This soldier sends out a gargle transmission as I rolled a 47 for the battle event, and I received possible reinforcements. So at the end of turn 2, like you did, Fox, I rolled on the battle event table, and possible reinforcements.
For the enemy.
So for the enemy, yeah. I had placed 3 evenly spaced tokens, and then on a roll of 5, an extra soldier would have appeared.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, that would have terrified me, to be honest.
Yeah.
I was already scared being outmanned by one character.
Yeah.
Far out.
Yeah. I was facing off against 5, I think.
Yeah.
5, yeah. So I was like, oh, please don't be 8.
No, even 6, 7, far out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you roll every turn for those tokens? Or was it just the next turn?
No, just once.
Oh,
yeah, just at the start of the enemy's turn, next turn.
Sure.
Yeah. So turn 3. Or up to turn 3, and I've only shot once. I packed this table full of terrain. Like, I'm so used to playing games where they're so sparse, but I was like, nah, I just want to have little walkways and little choke points, and like, awesome. I kind of made it so there's like one way that I had to go. Knowing my mission, I was like, okay, I don't want to just like leave a big wide open path that I can just boot up the middle. You know, I'm like, I want to work for it. So I was like, I made it so I would have had to go like up, across, and then up again. You know, kind of like an S, like a sort of S shape.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I think I know what terrain you used.
you might.
That's sick. Oh, I can't wait to see that, because I haven't seen your board or anything. But
true. I didn't send you any photo. Yeah, that's unusual.
Yeah, true.
All right. So turn 3. So this turn, a better roll for reactions. I get 3 activating in the quick phase.
Awesome.
Tamsin, Camden, and FX are in battle mode. They basically move straight up and into position ready to fire.
Awesome.
Tamsin makes a break for it and moves from cover to cover. She fires again, but misses.
Of course.
Camden inches his way up to the corner, so he's on the side of this conference building. He's kind of like moved his way up to the corner, and he pokes around and has a shot. But the shot misses. It ricochets off the enemy behind the enemy.
I was going to say, off the enemy. What are they made of?
Oh, no.
Adamantium.
He only had a colony rifle, so it's only just a sort of ordinary gun. FX fires his military rifle at the same target that Camden has just shot at. He also misses.
Yep.
So the crew were expecting enemy troops to arrive, but it seems the transmission may have been missed. A lucky break.
Excellent. Nice, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, I can relax for you now.
The guild troops move to cover, taking up tactical points and begin to fire at the crew. I played against vent crawlers last game, which are basically just rampaging beasts. So it was kind of fun to play like that. As you guys know who've played, each opponent has a different sort of AI they operate on. Some are tactical, some are aggressive. Playing against a tactical one was cool because you kind of like, you do what they would do. You're not just going to like run up the board again. You're going to move into good positions. So I really enjoyed shooting at my own characters as well as shooting at them.
That's how I played. My Black Dragon mercenaries were also tactical, and they had certain rules, but I kind of did just end up playing it like I would play it. Yeah. What would be the most tactical thing? Because it's got rules where it's like, they always move up to cover and shoot, stay within 1 inch of their friends if they can.
Yeah.
But I think by default, do they move and do they always try and get closer until they can brawl?
I don't know that far. I
Yeah,
imagine so, but one thing is definitely they will always, move to cover and
yeah,
fire. And if there's
yeah,
no cover, they'll dash. I'm pretty sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
So there were a few times where they were probably in range to engage in a brawl
Yep.
against my characters, a brawl that they would probably lose though, because my people had blades, they didn't. So I
Yeah.
was like, well,
Yeah.
it makes more sense for them to use their turn to aim and shoot,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
move even back into cover and shoot. So
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah.
it just felt tactical, felt they're supposed to be well trained. And when I lost to
Yeah.
the Black Dragon Mercs, I was like, now in my head they're these
Of course.
elite
Yeah.
mercenaries. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's cool. It sounds like we played tactical the same way.
Yeah, definitely. Tamsin's opponent, the one that she'd shot at previously, he returns fire, but he misses. The soldier who Camden and FX fired upon shoots and hits Arathi, strikes him in the chest, and he drops to the ground.
Oof.
So this was the first time that I lost one of my own crew. Last game, I was so lucky to not actually even get into combat with event crawlers.
Wow.
But this game, I'm like I was just like, oh, like what, like what happens?
Yeah.
He's
You
dead.
feel like you missed a step because they just die so quick.
Yeah,
And you're like, did I do it right? Yeah, hit him. Yeah, he wounded him.
What? Yeah.
Wait, and that's it? Yeah. And then you're like, wait,
Yeah.
can all my people die this fast? And then you feel like you've been reckless this whole time, putting them in harm's way.
Exactly. Like now I think about it, he just like ran across this little walkway and standing right next to these, like, So
Yep. Gut check.
Oh yeah. He drops to the ground. The shepherd fires at Camden, but his shot is not true. Darwin leaps over a barrier he was taking cover behind and fires his rifle at the soldier who dropped Rathi and hits him on a 6.
Nice.
This is deflected, so I didn't make it through the toughness.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, and then I'm like, no.
Yeah, you hit a 6 on the hard thing to hit, which is the hit shot.
Yeah,
and then you can't even roll that up. Well, I suppose were you guys toughness 4?
Toughness 4. Yeah, all of them bar Bayard, which is a 2, and Camden, which is a 3. Sorry. And my 2 humans are 3s as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I meant the enemies. Do you know if they were 4s or 3s?
Oh, I've forgotten. I've forgotten.
Fine.
4, I think. I think they were pretty tough. Yeah.
So you still need a 5 or 6 to wound them then. So
yeah,
it is pretty difficult to kill them.
Yeah. Yeah. Where was I? So but it deflected. So Bayard follows behind Tamsin and fires his beam pistol and hitting his mark. The focus beam of light bored right through the target, causing the victim's flesh to cauterize around his path, and the victim slumps to the ground. I love that beam pistol, man. I just imagine like a pure searing like bolt of light just like cut through anything, like the way like a lightsaber does.
Yeah. That's cool. And who's got that?
Bayard. So he is my engineer.
Yeah, cool.
He got the first kill of this game and also the first kill of last game too. So he's killing it. Yeah. Turn 4. So Darwin, in a prime location, opts to fire again at the enemy lieutenant, striking him, but yet he fights on. So he stuns him.
Yeah.
FX, witnessing him take another hit, fires his weapon in the same target. This time the shot punches through his armor and the shepherd is down and out. So the enemy lieutenant,
lieutenant and priority target,
that's it. Yep. So
nice.
So 2 credits, ching in the bank for that.
Bang.
I've got I've still got to get through and get the main mission, the breakthrough.
Yeah.
So 2 of his troops bail at the sight of the commander being down. They failed their morale roll. They panic. Did you do morale?
Yes, I was just trying to remember. The Black Dragon Mercs had a special rule. So the first time they failed a morale and it would have caused a casualty, they ignored that one. Ah,
nice. Okay. That's cool.
So that sucked because, they are highly trained. It made sense. It was thematical, but that would have netted me. It happened. It happened on turn 2 or 3, and it would have just changed the tide if there was just that one less body. But alas.
Oh, yeah, dude. Like, having 2 of them run away from me absolutely changed the game.
Yeah. Wait, did you say 2 ran?
2 ran, yeah.
Wow. So you killed 2, rolled 2 dice,
Yeah.
And then those were ones or twos.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or low rolls, usually panic has to be. Wow.
Yeah, the ones or twos for these guild troops.
Wow. So in one turn, basically, 4 were
Yeah,
gone.
four were gone.
Oh,
Left,
man,
one
that's
opponent
cool.
was left. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
usually happens to me, not not the enemy. That's cool.
Yeah. So, yeah. Two of the troops bail at the side of the commander being down, leaving one brave soldier fighting on. Camden retrieves the documents and takes cover behind the crates. So there's my quest reward, quest rumor, for getting those documents. Turn 5. FX moves out from behind cover into the roadway and fires his military rifle and lights up the last Tech Guild trooper. The dust settles and we're left holding the field. So
nice.
that last roll, I was still hitting on 5s because I wasn't within 6 inches, but it was clear there was no cover. I popped out where this trooper was and just lit him up.
I'm jealous of your success. The tunnel snakes have done it again. So you went in there and absolutely slayed it, man.
Oh man, like it the fact that the I don't think I would have done anywhere near as well. I would have lost a couple more characters, I reckon, had they have not fled from like morale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did that trigger after the shepherd died? It did. So that almost is thematical in that.
Yeah.
Fearless. Yeah, their fearless
like
leader
the
went
leader.
down.
Yeah, it's like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah. Well, now what? Let's book it. Cheese it.
Yeah. So I had a lot of fun doing the post-battle stuff too. I didn't quite get to do as much last turn because I ended up just bailing. But this turn, holding the field, man, I'm like, it just felt like hours just rolling on these different tables, like for like the loot and stuff.
So juicy. Yeah.
Yeah. So first roll is the rival check, right?
Yep.
I rolled a 1. So the Tech Guild are now a rival.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah.
So they'll be haunting you as long as you're on Cannon.
Yeah.
What did you call it? Cannon Prime?
Cannon Prime. Yeah. So I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I successfully retrieved the document, so I gained a quest rumor.
Sweet.
And it was time for the local government to pay up. I roll a roll of 1d6 plus 2 credits, and plus 2 credits for killing the enemy. I rolled a 6, and I ended up with 10 credits after that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, couldn't believe it, dude. I searched the battlefield, rolled a 22, finding usable goods. Another roll on the loot table, which was a 16, which gives us a weapon. Another roll with 7 gives us a slug weapon, and a final roll of 62 gives us a shotgun.
Nice. So, man's kitted up.
Oh man, I love like all the cross-reference like rolls that you do to like just find out what gun you find on the ground. You know, like it's like you roll on this table. All right, now roll on that table. All right, come back here and roll on that. Like I don't know. It's while I was doing it, I'm like, how long am I going to be rolling dice for?
Yeah,
because they're all D100 rolls, but it was worth it in the end.
It's very cool because I think that not knowing the outcome of something really adds to the immersion because you don't know what you're going to find on the ground. You know, if they said, oh, you can pick out of a chart of what you want, you'd be like, well, I'll take the best optimal thing, but that's not what would happen, right? You just find what you find. Sometimes nothing, sometimes garbage. Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah. Now I rolled on the injury table for Rathi. So I rolled a 38, which left him with a crippling wound, which requires immediate surgery, or he'll be left gimped permanently.
Yeah.
So that would have been a -1 to his speed or toughness, I believe. Yeah. Whichever one's higher, would have been his speed. So or I can pay 1d6 credits for immediate surgery. Yep. So it's funny that the doctors on this planet seem to charge by the dice roll. So 1d6 later, I'm left with a 6 credit medical bill.
Oh boy!
So there goes my entire profit from this mission.
Yep. That's exactly what happened to Zaven on turn 1 of my thing. Now old mate's in the sick bay. By the way, I don't know if you knew that.
Okay.
See, that's what got me. Yeah.
It doesn't actually. I'm sure it doesn't say on the thing. It probably does. I probably missed it, but I didn't see it. So I'm glad that you pointed that out.
Well, it's because I forget. So on that chart, and this is exactly what I did. I was too busy reading like the rest of it.
Yeah,
Serious, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Serious injury, how much it costs. But there's actually a third table that says campaign turns in sick bay.
Oh, okay.
So crippling wound, that's what you got?
Yep.
Requires 1d6 credit of surgery immediately.
Yeah.
Campaign turns in sick bay, 1d6.
Oh, okay.
So have fun rolling that. Are you going to roll that now?
Oh, I haven't got a dice near me. Have you got one?
Okay, fair enough. Dice generator online. Let's see if I can pull it up. Yeah. I'm curious, man. I want to know how long old mate's going to be in the sick bay for. Could be 6 turns, dude.
It could be.
Knowing your luck. Let us know.
Oh, I had dice. Let's just, okay.
No, I don't have a dice. Yeah, let me know.
XP. So Rathi earned 1 XP. Right. He went down, so he just gets 1.
Yeah.
Bayard earns 4 because he got 3 XP for passing the mission and 1 XP for killing the first enemy.
Wow.
And everyone else plus 3 XP.
Wow.
So,
Is that a flat rate?
For that particular mission, I believe so.
That feels like a lot of XP. That's awesome.
Yeah. I think it's because we ended up holding the ground. If we had there's a different table there, like different XP.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I rolled on the campaign event table. I rolled a 77 to where I meet up with an old arms dealer who owes me a deal. This I haven't done yet because I didn't quite understand it fully. So it says I can retrieve 3 weapons, either hand cannons, military rifles, shotguns, or machine pistols. Now, I don't know if that's 3 of 1 or 1 of any of those up to 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd go with the latter. Feels like 3 of any of them.
Yeah.
But
that's what I was thinking too, but
sure.
If anyone can let me know, that'd be good. Character event table, I rolled a 49 and I gave it to Rathi. He went down. He picks an unusual hobby.
Yes.
So I earned 1 story point, and apparently he talks about it constantly.
Excellent.
The hobby he ended up picking was collecting carnivorous plants. Now, on Earth, that's a kind of an unusual thing, Venus flytraps and sun dews and stuff like that. But on alien planets, it's not. It's just an anyday thing. Is don't get eaten by the plants.
And he collects them.
But he collects them, so it's not that unusual. It's unusual the fact of his obsession with it. Everyone else is like, I got 10 of those in my garden right now. What of it?
Yeah, he's like, but this one's in my house, dude.
It's
in a pot plant.
Exactly.
I like the strange thing about it is how excited he is about this completely normal thing. It's explaining it to someone who's like, dude, everyone does.
It's just regular gardening, dude. On Earth, sure, but here, it's just
I see where you got your XP from. You're correct. I just missed that thing altogether, so I've got to give my character some XP, which is nice.
You better. Yep.
Which is good. I assumed they'd get none, but you get some for becoming a casualty. So Zaven's probably a god tier beast at the moment. XP at the wazoo. Got at least 2.
Yeah. At least 2.
That's good.
Yeah. So that was my mission 2, turn 2, I guess you call it. Love it.
It's like we flipped because your turn 1, you ended up fleeing, right? Because the vent crawlers were hideously scary.
I got to the objective, and it was a data terminal, and I had to access it. My engineer accessed it on the first turn, so I was like, the first attempt, sorry. It wasn't the first turn, it was like the 4th turn. And then got it, I'm like, nah, I'm out. These things are just, they're like basically xenomorphs from Alien. I'm like, I'm getting out of here. And then, your first turn was...
It was a hectic fight, but I won and held the field and got bulk money, and it was all looking gravy. Yeah. Everyone survived and got stronger, and I paid off my ship, and I was like, Gucci, here we go.
Yeah.
But then, how the turntables.
Indeed.
I'm super hyped for turn 3. I don't know what it's going to look like in terms of what I do now. I had plans; they're all out the window. What are you thinking now? What's your next move?
Oh man, I don't know. I'm interested to suss out another planet. To be honest, Cannon is. I need to come up with a better name.
Well, if you leave, you'll never have to worry about it. So
that's true. I'm thinking about maybe bailing. I haven't paid off my ship completely because I'm not obsessed, but
with carnivorous plants.
But might suss out what else is around. It's a wide galaxy after all.
Yeah. Plus, you've got both of us have rivals. I've got pirates on my planet. You got the Tech Guild on yours. So it seems like a good time to dip. Yeah. But I guess you're gonna have to suss out how long old mate's in the sick bay for after his serious injury.
That's true.
And I'm gonna have to look into the sick bay because my whole crew is in there. So I got no money. I might as well hire a doctor or something. Just bring him around with me. I think one of the upgrades to the ship is a medical bay or something. So
yeah.
So that'd be cool. Maybe I'll get one of those.
I'm gonna roll a dice online for rollthedice.online.
Hell yeah! Awesome.
So I am rolling a d6. It is 4.
Okay, 4 turns.
4 turns.
I don't know. I wish I could tell you what that means for you. I got no idea. I don't know anything about the sick bay. It's never come up. So that's something we can learn after the cast together. As we figure out our sick bay. I remember the sick bay from primary school. I mean, that was basically just a free ride to no class. So hopefully it's like that.
True.
I've got a tummy ache. Do you need to go home? No, I just want to stay here and have a nap. Really?
I wanted to go home.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess it's good.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's 5 parsecs from home.
That's our turn 2 of 5 parsecs. I don't know about you, dude, but I'm loving this game.
Me too. You know what? I think I played it turn 1, frothed it, took a little break, got busy with some other stuff, kind of over time undervalued how much fun I had.
Yeah.
And then when I picked it up again to do this episode, basically, this was sort of like the catalyst for, I was like, oh, we got to talk about it again because it was great.
Yeah,
so we played our turns and I was like, why aren't I playing this every night, man?
That's exactly the same thing I was thinking. It actually took me like 2 days to play it. Like there were times where I could have, but like I don't know, like maybe the lead up to it, like because there is a bit of paperwork to get ready before you can start rolling dice, and that is fun in its own way. For something you can do sitting on the couch, or like just at your desk or whatever. And I did all that, and I'm like, I mean, I could do it, or I could play some Battlefield.
Yeah, totally. And the thing is, like, the longer you leave it, the less fresh in your head it is. So then the harder it is to pick it up again where you were and do all the rolls. And
first turn, I felt like I was learning it all again. And after that, it all came back. But
yeah. I think I'm going to try and play my turn 3 definitely this week.
Yeah.
If not tomorrow night or something. I just want to see.
Nice.
I just want to keep it rolling, because you can just chew through turns.
Yeah.
Especially when, like, I remember looking at it going, 50 campaign turns. I wouldn't get through that in years. But now I'm like, there's 52 weeks in a year. Yeah. And you could play it twice a week easily. So.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I'm curious. I'd love to get to, like, turn 10 onwards and see, am I just so powerful I stomp everything, or can I still lose missions just as easily as I could in turn 2?
You lost a character on your second mission. So who knows, dude? By turn 10, you might not even have,
anyone.
Zaven anymore.
Yeah, Captain Zaven.
Sorry,
I haven't put this gun down this whole episode. I'll be like a captain at a bar. I've had it under the table in case Greedo shows up. If people are watching at the episode, they might have seen me like glance off, just admiring it off to the side. Like, what is Fox staring at? They probably think I got a mug or something. I just haven't put it down. Anyway.
And people listening think you're actually just waving a real gun around.
Yeah. M1911, just a little 9mm pistol.
Yeah.
Got to stay safe. Got to shoot the corona away.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah. So I'm keen to smack it. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I'm so lucky I picked up the extra character, because I'd be rocking 3 crew.
Rough.
Well, yeah. Although if you take into account everyone out of sick bay, I'm rocking like 2 crew anyways. But yeah, so that was very lucky.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Well, yeah, that's
I might go play some Parsecs.
Second, true. That's our second turn in 5 Parsecs from home. Loving it. I think this is going to be a regular thing, not too regular, but somewhat regular.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out for it on all our things. Check out hobbyhomies.com for links to our Instagram, our Facebook, YouTube, wherever, merch too. If you're interested in getting a shirt, a hat, even a rangefinder, that'd be sick. That helps us. But so just clicking all the buttons. So liking and following and subscribing and all that nonsense, that helps a lot too. So if you can do that, that'd be awesome.
For sure. Yeah. And if you do enjoy these Parsecs episodes, especially, maybe that's what you're into, you don't listen to any of our other stuff, let us know. Hit all the like buttons on just those episodes. Hit us up with comments on the YouTube. Jump in the Discord, mute all the other channels except for the Parsecs one, and then you've just got an entirely new Parsecs experience only.
Yeah.
And you'll probably get a hint as to when our next Parsecs episode is coming up, because you'll see an increased posting from Shane and I in the Parsecs thing, the Discord.
It's not subtle. We think it's subtle, but it's not subtle. It's like, here they go again.
I messaged Rad Rooster today. Yeah. And I don't know if he knows we're recording an app, but I was like, what happens if I lose a mission? I was like, if he's clever, this is a spoiler alert. But
yeah.
I was like, do I gain anything? Or am I just done? Anyways.
Yeah. So as always, massive shout out to our patrons. You can join for as little as $2 a month, and all of that goes to helping us keep running this podcast, upgrading things like tech and that sort of stuff, and giveaways too. So shout out to Burnsy, Whack, Final, Joey P, Lockie, MJ, Lethal, Moose, and Penny.
And also Elko, Dave, Churchy, Rad, Oliver, Hockers, Aggro, Gritty. You're all legends. You keep this show on the road, even though we try and derail it. You throw your money at us, and it keeps the train going. So we appreciate it a tremendous amount. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We so humbled by all you guys in the Discord as well. Like, we didn't think we'd be doing this still.
No way.
Without you guys, we probably wouldn't be.
Not in this capacity, surely. Yeah.
No
way we'd have these cool guns and everything.
Well, I mean, you could have. Yeah, no, that's right. We couldn't have. So.
No way. Let's spend all my Patreon money on this. It cost $1,200, dude.
So Churchy hasn't been paid in months.
No, I haven't forgot to tell him. He's no longer editing our episodes, dude. He's on strike. But we'll deal with that after. That's future us's problem. Current us has one gun. So
one gun. Yeah.
We're in the green.
No guns.
You got 2 guns, dude. I seen him. Throw them up. I call them fear and danger. Anyways, I've been Fox.
I've been Shane, and you guys have been patient. Thank you. We'll see you next time.
Toodles.